In this video, I will show you how to operate this bidirectional scan tool, and since most of scan tools are very similar, you will be able to work basically with any scan tool. And scan tool gives you a lot more options than basic scanner, so if you have something like this engine code reader or ELM adapter, and you want to move to scan tool, I will show you how to use it. So test scan tool will be Kickball and K7. It is linked in description. There are also links to other scanners, so if you don't have one, go to description and you can get one. Now connecting scan tool, it is same like every scanner. You have to connect your VCI. Most scan tools will be Bluetooth, so you have only Bluetooth VCI. Plug it inside. Every scan tool, at least every of scan tools I have tried, will give you 3 different options how you can connect to your car. You can either do this OBD. This is global OBD, so this OBD tab is basically same thing like this engine code reader. So if I go to OBD, I will be able to connect only to engine module. So now it will search for correct protocol. It should be this one. Yes, this is correct protocol. Enter inside, and now I have same options like with traditional code reader, so I can check my readiness. I can read live data, freeze frame, fault codes, but this is very limited, same like code reader, so you have only these basic parameters. So in engine I have about 20 different values I can check, but advantage going through global OBD is that all of this is standardized, so it is easy to understand what this data means. Because if I connect to engine through advanced diagnostics, I will have a lot more live data values, but they will have Nissan specific names. And these names in global OBD are standardized across all car brands. Also, when I have trouble connecting with full system diagnostics, I am trying this global OBD to see if at least this will work. But let's go back. And now we will go through this scan, so this is full system diagnostics. And here you have another 2 options how you can connect. So first option was this global OBD, I already showed you that. And then you can do auto search. Most of scan tools will give you option for auto search, so you don't have to select your car make, but it doesn't work on every vehicle. It does work on newer cars, on older cars sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. That will be same for every scan tool. Now it is searching for car information, VIN number, make and year. Failed to scan the VIN code. This happens a lot on older cars, and if it cannot scan VIN code, it either asks you to input VIN manually, but that is too much work. So if auto search does not work, I am using the third option, how can I connect, and that is choose my car make manually. Here we have Nissan, and now I am inside. Now once you are connected, for all car brands, you should see this automatically search, manually select, or full system diagnostics. Or you can see status report or health report, and that means it will go through every system and it will find fault codes. And this automatically search or manually select, this is for car model, but since auto scan didn't work, I will just choose manually. Based on car you are sitting in, it will ask you different questions. For this Nissan, it will be same. If I connect with different scan tool, I still will have to select from these options. So I have to tell my scanner where is my car from, and this particular Nissan is from Switzerland, and the model is Micra K12. Micra K12, select here. Okay, now I have my car selected. So here already you can see health report, so this will go over every system in my car. Then you have system scan. This will find you how many systems you have in car, but same thing you can do with health report, and this will also give you fault codes. So I'm actually never using this system scan. Or you have system selection, which means entering one single system. For example, I can go ahead and connect to my instrument cluster, and now it will communicate with cluster only. But I can see communication error with vehicle ECU, and that means this Nissan does not have instrument cluster control module, so it is simpler system. So let's choose some system that is definitely in my car, for example body control module. See, and now I am able to get inside, so now I am only in one single module, inside body control module. And then for every module you can check module information. See, this is info about my body module. I can read fault codes inside body module, so inside one single system. If I have faults, I can also check freeze frame data, but for this fault code we don't have any. Not every code will have freeze frame data, and this doesn't apparently, because I cannot read them. We can do clear faults only inside this one single system. Now I erase faults, and there isn't any fault code anymore. Then in every system you will be able to read live data. So with engine code reader you can do all of this only for engine, and here we have more options for engine, but we can also do all of this for every single system, not only engine. So now I am in live data, and sometimes when you go inside live data, you already see a list of parameters, and sometimes they are divided into these groups. For example, door lock group. Now I can see live data from door locks, but I cannot see any values. First, it wants me to choose what I want to watch. Or if you are not sure, you can just do this, select all. Okay. And now it will show values as well. For example, key inserted into switch. Take out. Now it is not inserted and ignition is off. Turn back on. And you can see these live data parameters, they are updating in real time. And then with bidirectional scan tool, you also want to see option to do bidirectional tests. It can be called bidirectional tests, actuation tests, active tests. It means activating different components with scanner. For example, I can activate my door lock, all lock. Execute. And now my doors got locked. Or then we can do front wiper. This will activate our windshield wiper. We can do low speed, execute, and it will turn on wipers. So this is how you control bidirectional tests. Now with most scan tools and most cars, these options will be in every module. So module information, read faults, clear faults, read data stream, and actuation tests. And then additionally in every module you can see some options to do service resets or coding, so unlocking some hidden features. This would be this work support. And this is apparently coding. We have few options we can code. For example, auto lock. So this means when I start driving at about 15 or 20 kilometers per hour, my doors will get locked. Right now I have it off. But then let's go back. So we will go back from body module and let's do health report. So health report, it will go over every system in car and it will tell you fault codes, and you will also understand which systems you have in your car. And now while it is scanning, usually you can already see scanned modules, and this means there isn't any fault in this module. So no fault in engine, no fault in ABS. If it's gray, it means there isn't module like this. So I don't have instrument cluster control module like we see before already. Now speed of scan. Different scan tools will scan at different speed, that is true, but I would say it is mostly dependent on your car. Like older cars, they are usually slow to scan. They do have less control modules than new cars, but they are running old communication protocols, and that means it is harder for scanner to communicate, so it will take more time. If I am connecting to new car, like I had 2022 Corolla, most of scan tools would scan about 30 control modules in less than 1 minute. But here on older cars I have maybe 5-6 modules, but communication is slower, and that's why total speed of scan will be slower than on newer car. Now it is too bad that not every scanner will give you option to choose which modules you want to scan. Usually most scan tools will give you only two options. First option is scan full car, so every control module, like we are doing now, or go into one single module, same like before we were inside body control module. There are some scanners, Ucanic scanner or then MuCar 892 Bluetooth, that will let you choose systems, which is very useful because let's say I want to scan only engine, ABS, airbag, transmission. I want to choose some important modules to scan because I don't have time to scan full car. That would be pretty nice to have in every scan tool. And then once you scan full car, all of these bidirectional scanners will give you option to create reports. And with most of them you can customize everything. So first you can customize vehicle information. Here I can input my own parameters, even notes. Hit OK. And then I can also customize my shop information. And usually it will also give you option to customize customer name. So with almost any bidirectional scanner, if you are running some car service, used car checks, or you are fixing cars, you are also able to give out these nice looking reports. If I hit OK, it will generate report. So on the top I would have my shop, but I haven't filled it out, but it would be here. And here you have your fault codes. We don't have any. And then you can do this PDF. So this will generate PDF from inspection. Not much of data because I didn't fill out information and we don't have any fault codes, but this is how it looks like. And with most scanners you can also share it by email or by Bluetooth. So possibly you can scan car and then you can send report directly to your customer's email, which is very nice. Now if I go to that mine screen, we also will have some more options. This depends on car. So if I connect to different car, I will not see this Nissan anti-theft system, online programming. I can see online programming if it is available, but a lot of options, also a lot of these menus, how this looks and which options you have, it is directly tied to your car. So if I take same scanner and I connect it to different car, for example to Touareg, or let's say my Golf, I was doing review for this scanner on my Golf, you can see that there are different options because scanner is kind of adapting to the vehicle it is connected to. For example, here we have some specific options for this Nissan, like this CAN network diagnosis. Or now I am inside that anti-theft system. Here I can do some key programming. Now on most cars, you will see on this main screen also option to do service resets, something like common special features or common service resets. And these are service resets that are commonly used for your model, not specifically for same year or same engine, but for Nissan Micra K12. Usually with scanner I would see here option to do service resets. If you don't see it and you need to do some service resets, what you can do, cancel diagnostics, go back to your main screen, and with most scanners on the main screen you will have access to service resets, like here. If you need to do your oil reset or brake pad reset, you can do it here. These are service resets supported by this scanner, so Kingball and K7 supports these 28 service resets. But that doesn't mean that every car requires using them. For example here, I don't think I will be able to use any of them. For example, it is DPF regeneration, so this you can use for forcing your DPF regeneration for your DPF filter, or also to adapt new DPF filter if you replace it. But since this is gasoline, of course I cannot use it. Or there is gearbox learning, but I have manual transmission, so I don't need this. But if service reset is supported by car and I have to use it, I can go to this main screen, select what I want to do, for example odometer reset. And here we have supported brands for odometer reset. I already know I will not be able to use this, because Micra is not supported for odometer reset with OBD. I tried with a bunch of other scanners and I was not able to change mileage, so I am 99% sure it will not work. Some models need to be connected to the network for special functions. This is also important. Usually it happens with service resets. When you do service resets, sometimes scanner will ask you to connect to Wi-Fi. So I will do that. Go back. Now let's try one more time. Nissan. Okay, it wants to update the odometer reset. I won't do that because I know it will not work. So let's just go back and I will show you the rest of the features. So on a lot of scan tools you also can see this module, and these are extra modules you can connect. For example, it can be key programmer, video scope, printer, oscilloscope, or TPMS tool to check your TPMS sensors. Most scanners also have some of these options available, so you can buy extra device and then use it with your scan tool. Also you will see file tab in most of scanners, so here will be your reports. I haven't saved any reports, but if I did, I would have list of my reports here. Repair information. Some scanners also give you some information libraries. Here we have bunch of options, especially this coverage list. You can also check this stuff online, but it is nice, it is built in scan tool. But right now my internet is very slow, so I have to wait for loading. But basically what this does, in your scan tool you will have coverage list, so you can check every car model that is supported, and also you can check if some special feature like key programming or some other service reset will work on your car. Okay, I will not wait for that, but here it would open database of supported cars. And then based on your scanner you can get some extra information like OBD fault code library. So this is list of fault codes. See this P0404, EGR valve, circuit range performance, and also little description. Not that important because you can always check on Google, but it is included in most scan tools. And then in settings you can change your unit of measure, imperial or metric, for checking the live data. You have USB connection mode. I use this one because I am recording screen in most of scan tools when I am doing videos. Then if you want to copy them from scan tool to your laptop, you have to enable this USB connection mode. And then of course choose your language, so every scanner will support multiple languages to choose from. But usually those translations are not that great. If I select my language, it is like half of the words are translated to my language and half of the words stay in English. So those translations are not the greatest. I don't even know why it's like that. Today we have AI, like translating. Every scan tool could easily get translated into 100 languages. So for scan tool manufacturers, please make better language translations. It is very easy to do. And then also, most scan tools will have this drop-down menu. These are still Android tablets. On some scan tools you can even use it same like your phone or tablet, install another applications. Some will be locked only for this diagnostics program, but most scan tools comes with camera. So for example here on this King Bollen, you can go here inside camera and do even some photos or even take videos. And then with most scan tools you also will see store options, so here you can buy some extra functions or modules, especially for FCA diagnostics, so Fiat, Alfa, Chrysler or other car brands that comes with these different locks for their OBD system, so you are not able to use all features, so sometimes you need to buy this add-on. But my slow internet will take hours to load it, so I will just go back. And then update tab, very important when you get new scanner, go to this update and just update everything, so you will have new fresh software. I don't want to do that right now with my internet, but usually you have your free updates period, either 2 or 3 years, or you have scan tool with free lifetime updates like this one, so you can always get those new updates. Here I have 15 software packages I could update either for car brand or for some service reset. And yeah, so that is basically a quick guide on how to use your bidirectional OBD2 scan tool. If you want to get this King Bollen, this is pretty good scanner, I will link it in description, but then also I have lists of best OBD2 scanners basically for any feature or category or car brand, and you can find everything on my website, imcarhacker.com.